So today in Washington, D.C., there was what was called a March for Israel. Maybe a march against anti Semitism, but really a march for Israel. As we all know, those two things very, very different. And supporting Jews doesn't necessarily mean supporting the war crimes of the Israeli government. So, nevertheless, speakers included Senator Chuck Schumer. Makes sense. Not called for a ceasefire, even though many demonstrators got arrested outside of his home recently. Representative Hakeem Jeffries, a notable AIPAC recipient, was there, also has not called for a ceasefire. And then some other fun characters like John Hagee, who is the head of Christians United for Israel, who once said that God invented Hitler in order to create Israel. Cool. Cool ally you've got there. I'm sure he really stands against anti-Semitism. I'm sure he believes in Israel for all the right reasons. Um, but then there was also Israeli President Isaac Herzog, who, if you guys didn't catch, this was a couple weeks ago, I exposed you to or subjected you to this choice quote of his. He said it's not true, the rhetoric about civilians being not aware or involved. It's absolutely not true. They could have risen up. They could have fought against the evil regime which took over Gaza in a coup d'etat. I love that, like, in that same breath, he's acknowledging, like, it was a coup, like, it wasn't really a democratic election, that it's not. Never mind the fact that, like, children who are dying could not have voted in the year 2006 for Hamas. But he's basically like, no, it's they should have risen up. They definitely should have risen up, and that's anyway. He's speaking, and that's fun. Waleed Shahid asking of Justice Dems asking if anyone will condemn those remarks. No, see, that doesn't work that way. That's not the way we do the Israel thing. It's only one way is the bigotry, and the rest is just tragic. Oh my God, so tragic. Also tragic that a garbage truck is passing right now. Tuesdays. Why do I stream on Garbage Day, people? Yes, it's because everything is trash, and this is what we deserve. Anyway, back to it. The other person who spoke at the March for Israel, which big surprise, big surprise. Not really a surprise if you've been following his trajectory. However, though, if you've really been looking at what he's been doing, seeing who he's been, rubbing elbows with, seeing the way he sort of normalized the Trump administration, wanted to work with the Trump administration, worked with Jared Kushner to free, 800 federal prisoners who then were trotted out by Donald Trump every single moment to talk about how he loves black people. I freed you, right? And that is, of course, Mr. Van Jones of formerly of CNN, or maybe currently of CNN, who knows? And this is just brilliant, because when I saw that he was going to speak, I was like, well, there we go. He's got to get his bread buttered somewhere. I'm sure there is money in this for him, and he's always he loves to basically soft pedal fascists and like right wingers in order to make himself look like he's a bridge builder when he's just an opportunist. So totally no surprises. But of course, it's Van Jones. And so Van Jones is probably going to say something about peace. He's probably going to make it seem like he's still the same old Van Jones. And this is what he said. And listen to chants of no ceasefire break out in the middle of his speech, to the point where he can't even remember what he was saying, and says, we also stand against Muslim, which was a weird. Anyway, take a look.
I'm a peace guy. I pray for peace. No more rockets from Gaza, and no more bombs falling down on the people of Gaza. God protect the children. God protect children. Let's end all the horror and all the heartbreak in the Holy Land. Let's end all of it. Let's end all of it. But I'll be honest in closing. When I think about what's happening over there, I don't feel powerful to do something about what's happening over there. What I do feel powerful is to maybe do something about what's happening here. Let's take a stand here against anti-Jewish bigotry. Let's take a stand against Muslims. Let's take a stand here against hatred. Let's take a stand here against hatred of all kinds. I don't want
I don't want you to finish your thought clearly, because my God. So that was him, very distracted. I mean, Van Jones doesn't get distracted very easily, but there he was, sort of like flummoxed and flustered. And I'll take a stand against Muslim. That's good. Oh yeah, take a stand against Muslim. I assume he meant anti-Muslim bigotry as well. But notice that when he said, "I don't want any more babies dying," then everyone broke out with "no ceasefire," and it's like, yeah, buddy, yeah, Van, that's who you've made your bed with now. That's where you're at. You're at a march for Israel. This is not really about stopping, like, this is not about freeing the hostages. There were signs about freeing the hostages. No. The family members of the hostages understand in Israel that their government is completely unserious about freeing them, right? And so what are you doing? What do you like? What's the honorarium there? Like, what's up, buddy? So it's just so funny. Like, even when you attempt to be part of a propaganda machine, a line that says, I can stand and march with Israel, and this is about standing up against anti-Semitism. No. You're not bloodthirsty enough for even the folks who came out there. All right? Because everyone, including relatives who have people who are taken hostage, including Jewish Americans, they are the ones who are calling for ceasefire because they know that's the safest way to keep everyone alive. So it's like, read the room, buddy. No, you got to turn up the bloodthirst and turn down the talk of peace. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.